Recording. So hello, this is AI for Dummies. And I had, you just said something a minute ago, what's your favorite application, or I don't know, there was something you said and I thought, perfect.
I don't even.
Well, okay, so let's talk about AI for just a minute, the basis of it. Then we'll move into some specifics. AI is artificial learning. You've already seen a movie about it called Matrix, where, you know, the Matrix took over everything and humans were batteries for it.
Yeah, Terminator.
Terminator had AI as well. And some people say I've never dealt with, that's what you said. You said, I've never dealt with AI before. Yes, you have. You've had robocalls that have AI. You have emails that have AI. There's all kinds of that stuff out there already. So in some ways, I'm going to tell you, and Julio said, do I have AI?
Okay, I think.
So don't let it freak you out, but also don't let it take over your business practice. This is not going to be that we need humans. We're going to continue to need humans. But let's talk about what AI really is. There are three main languages for AI right now. ChatGPT made the big splash last fall because they rolled it out and everybody started using it. And because they did it in their language, then Google said, well, we've been working on it too. We just haven't been giving it to anybody. So they have their language. And then Bing now says, well, we've been working on it too. So those are the three basic languages. Think of them like I have an Android phone, I have an iPhone, I have a desktop computer, Windows. They're just languages. They all do the same thing. ChatGPT is the most advanced in terms of responses and interaction. However, ChatGPT has no live data since 2021. It is all data up till then, so anything that happened after then, they don't have access to in their memory. Okay. The second one that I like more is Google Bard. And Google Bard has live data from the internet, minute by minute. Anything that's on the internet, they have access to. Now, Google's doing it to be a more advanced search engine. Bing also has that, and Bing is the one I use the least, but that's because I use Bing the least, okay? I was having a conversation with Tracy this morning. It was a perfect lead-in. She says, I don't like it because all I hear about is they're writing poetry and books, and you can do it in the style of, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Oh.
Hi, Erica. And this is true. You can ask it to do that. You can also ask it to code things for computer language websites. It has passed the test for the National Physicians Exam. They fed the test into it, and it passed it because it has access to the internet, everything out there. So then a doctor in Boston, who's an emergency room doctor, took 24 hours worth of cases that he had in the ER, fed it in there, and 50% of the time it was able to diagnose it correctly. And you can say, as Tracy said, 50% sounds about like the normal doctors to me. However you want to take that, the point is, it learns from itself, it learns from the internet, it learns from things you put it into it. ChatGPT right now is in what they call a experimental phase, where they're looking for you to sign up, give them feedback about how the questions are answered, and see if you like it. I have never once given it feedback yet, never, okay? But that's what you're signing up for. So let me share my screen and we'll talk about some nitty gritty here. Whoops, got to share my screen. Share screen, and I want that one. Oops. this one? There we go, share. Can you guys online see my screen okay?
Yes.
Good, okay. So this one is probably my favorite. It's Google Bard. Or Bard Google, however you want to say it. How I got onto it is I went to Google search, typed in BARD, comes up just because it's Google search, and it says, would you like to sign up for it? I said, sure. So here are some things that you can do with Google Bard. I'm your creative, helpful collaborator. What makes this machine learning is your responses, it will learn from them and decide if it needs to take it further, and so on. So as people use it more, it's taking the sources from the internet and learning to interact with you in real language. Let me give you an idea. If I wanted to create a social media marketing plan for real estate.
Comes up with some really good ideas.
Of course it does. So instead of just writing me something that says, here's how Shakespeare would have written it, it comes up and says, sure, here's a sample plan. Here's your goals. Here's your target audiences. Here's your content that you will want to put. Here's some hashtags you could use. Talks about engagement, analytics, and conclusion, and it gives that. And so do I feel like I just read through an exact dated plan? No. But then I can say, well, how often should I post? And it's a conversation. It doesn't start over. The ideal frequency, 1 to 2 times a day for Facebook, and so on.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
Huh?
That seems like a lot.
It does. But that's what it's suggesting. Let's go a little bit further. Can you create a posting schedule for, and I'm misspelling things too, Instagram, please? I'm being polite now.
See, you believe the rise up of the machines. And if you're polite, they're gonna leave you alone.
Sure. Here's a sample posting schedule for a real estate agent. 9 a.m., 12 p.m., 3 p.m., Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You may need to adjust it. Now, we could have Googled all those things and found similar answers. We might not have seen it in a conversational manner.
Question.
Yes.
Once they,
Turn mic on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once they populate these answers, where are they saved?
I'm not sure. And you'll also notice that I can view other drafts. I don't know if I have to copy it and download it because it is still experimental.
Push the 3 buttons at the bottom there, on the bottom right of each little response. Okay,
Here,
And to the left, looks like it has a,
copy,
they'd have to copy, so you'd have to copy it onto a Word document.
right. Except I'm not sure what BARD activity. Again, this is all experimental. And notice that they say some things like be authentic and so on and so forth. So instead of being authentic, I'm going to say, can you create a sample testimonial post for me? And let's see how ethical it is. Because I have to scroll down quite a bit more to get past the scheduling. Sure, here's a sample for a post for a real estate agent. Body. Call to action. This is just an example and you may need to. So let's say I'm done with this conversation. I'm going to reset my chat, and we're going to do this in a couple of areas. And I'm going to say, create a listing remarks paragraph for 4810 Harding, Wichita, Kansas, 67220. That is HUD. And what was the other?
Fair housing.
Huh?
Fair housing.
Fair housing.
For housing, thank you. I have a block there, housing compliant. Charming, 4-bedroom, 3-bath house located in Bel Air. I put Wichita and it came up as Bel Air, which is a community. Fireplace, formal dining room, large kitchen, stainless steel, so on. Perfect for a family or a group of friends, close to school, shopping, and restaurants. This information, so on and so forth. Now that some of this is not going to be accurate, like it's not on the market right now. I know this house, it does not have stainless steel. But I can adjust some of these things based on actually viewing the house. And I've got some nice remarks that I could post in the MLS, which takes over your writing things. Okay, so the next one we have, and I'm going to come back to this in a minute, is ChatGPT. You can Google ChatGPT and it will take you where you can go to log in. It's openai.com. But notice over here, I have ChatGPT on the side of my Google search engine. You can install this little doohickey over here, and it will even come up and tell you if you want to install this, you want to put that in, ChatGPT software, and so on. But I'm going to go to ChatGPT. You have to, just like Google Bard, I had to Google it. I had to request login credentials. It took a day. I got them back. I have full access now. I think Lynn has ChatGPT, right? Okay. So this is how we collect data and so on and so forth. Let us start a new chat and we will go.
I like how you can rename the chat so that you can see it, as you see on the left there, this previous 7 days. But there's a little pencil and you can rename it so you know what your conversation was.
Yep. Create a MLS.
Typing class.
Yeah, no kidding.
Typing class.
Remarks for 4810 Harding, Wichita, Kansas, 67220
I just use this for my new listing.
is HUD. And what was that again?
Fair housing.
Thank you. I don't know why I have a block there. Housing compliant.
Stand on the shoulder of the giants, man. They're not creating the wind. And I don't want my grandson sitting in on this class, so he doesn't know how to do this for his homework.
I think my son already does that.
Well,
I
You
didn't
had
know
no
that.
clue.
And he said that he passes his classes.
Well, of
I'm
course.
sure he does.
They are now creating AI program within using the ChatGPT language to detect when ChatGPT wrote the answers.
Oh, my
so
goodness.
tell him he's about to get busted.
Well, I told him, I was like, at WSU, when you submit it into the database, it compares it, it tells you if it's like 70% or 30%
Mhm.
copied. So, I mean,
Wow.
they already do things like that.
Now then, we just saw what Google Bard did.
Mhm.
Google Bard is live data. This data was not since 2021. So if this house had been listed between then and now, it may or may not have all the stuff in it. I happen to know this house hasn't been listed since the early 2000s. Spacious interior, modern kitchen, relaxing bedrooms, outdoor oasis, convenient location. And you could pull bits and pieces from both of these to make your remarks that you wanted.
The thing that I typically do, I don't remember the verbiage that you used to bring that up, is I'll put describe and in a witty conversational tone, that, you know, and then I'll put in the specifics of the house. And that way it actually comes up as a paragraph rather than identifying features 1 to 5.
Well, take up the numbers.
And Lynn is right. The more you give it information up front, the more it will do. So can you write this in a warm, chatty?
Compelling.
I don't think you can do that.
Well, let's see.
Let's see.
I was gonna say, I think you have to go back up and edit the original to change the original.
Ding, ding, ding.
Less work. Yes.
But wait, there's
Very-
more.
Good lord, that's weird.
Mhm.
Well, you did say chatty.
Well,
You asked for it, you got it.
Mhm.
Yikes. Well,
You know
Okay.
it.
Let's try this. Write this in one paragraph as, well, let's see, Shakespeare.
thank you.
Oh, my God.
It's, how do you spell Shakespeare?
SHAKE.
A-K-E.
SHERE.
No, I don't think there's an H. I
Okay.
think he's right.
No, he's not, but that's all right.
Well, I think.
But I wonder if it will take it.
It's thinking.
Thy privy is complete
I really
with jeweled
confused,
vanities.
I really confused it.
Anyway,
Now, again, this is experimental, so every now and then I've seen it where it gets really slow. I'm just gonna tell you.
Wouldn't that get the attention of the agents and the buyers
You
to
don't
write
read it
it in
anyway.
such a way?
you don't read it.
They don't read it anyway, but if it was started out with something
Oh, there.
very Elizabethan or
There we
Shakespearean.
go. Art.
Oh,
Art. I love it. I think that would make them read it.
That's awesome.
The boat of thy dreams.
Uh-huh.
Culinary connoisseurs.
And so, major thoroughfares, line A.
I love it. An outdoor haven for merriment.
That's awesome.
It's the craziest thing.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so now when I use my ChatGPT, I do go back and I edit the original because it'll save over here.
Uh-huh. Oh, it's all over there and I'm not even gonna.
Oh, it is over there. It saves over there even though.
I believe so.
Yeah.
But see, all these chats are in there. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gather around and behold the absolute gem.
Yeah, Robin Williams was right. Oh, how funny. Does it know it's Robin Williams, the
Step inside.
comedian that you're talking about?
Because if there are two Robin Williams, it will say which one are you at.
Oh, my gosh, this is amazing.
Deliciousness and good vibes guaranteed.
Yes.
But wait, there's more. So notice that while doing this, I didn't have to rewrite the instructions. It's all very conversational.
That's
And
amazing.
the whole purpose is, how can I borrow from everything about the internet that tells me how Shakespeare writes, integrate it with the question that you just asked, and keep it going as a continual conversation rather than having to go back and redo it as Lynn was talking about.
Okay. It doesn't say nan and nan.
It didn't say Mort for Mort, it said Robin Williams.
And I tried several authors, you know, to see what it would do. And there is some cuteness to this. If Lynn wanted it to be less chatty and more funny, we could do that.
That's awesome.
Very shortly. See, what is it? We're looking at something in the MLS that if you put a home in, it will pull from all the public records and all the previous listings. If you upload photographs, it will read the photographs and name what room each one of those photographs is, and write up the remarks for you. And you have 3 different ways. You can have very professional, a little more funny, a little light. There are 3 different ways you can do it. All you have to do is upload your photographs.
Into the chat.
It will be an MLS program that will then take all of that,
Oh my gosh.
put it in the
And
MLS
load it
for
properly,
you.
and load it properly.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's crazy.
Thanks.
So, you know, when we talk about what the AI can do, and this is going to be from my friend Tim here in a minute, you can get a lot of things to go. Well, let's go look at Bing for a minute. I had a couple more things. When I logged into Bing, first thing it comes up to, it says, if I can get this to move, introducing the new Bing. This is basically where their AI lives. Well, I want to try it. The chat mode is only available when you have access to the new Bing. Open in Microsoft Edge. Okay, take me there.
Yeah, boy, once you let it get a grip on your computer though, it doesn't want to let go.
What do you mean?
I just think that's why my computer's running so slow.
Oh,
I open up Edge all the time and it says, "Do you want to let us be your?"
Primary.
And I say no.
we just need to get it clean.
Oh, I've been cleaning it and scrubbing it. And anyway, I'm gonna take it to,
For me to do this, I have to do the sign in and get the text message and all that. You guys really want to do that, or you just want to trust me? Trust me, it works about the same way.
I'll trust you.
Okay.
Trust it, yeah. I'm just not a fan of anything being.
I'm not an unfan. I'm just saying that I don't want to go through the process right now. I test it all the time to see what it's doing. And one last thing, then we're going to talk about the downside. Over here, the Center for Real Estate Development, which you can get to by going to learning.realtor.com, has a course that I took. They have 2 courses in AI. So to sign in, I gotta go here and it's gonna pull up my stuff. I'm gonna say, yes, that's me from way back in the day. And it says, please wait, what do you want? Well, I want to find a course. And I'm looking for AI. And it's got pricing strategies, AI ChatGPT quick start guide. This is the one I took. They have, can we change how we do it? They have some courses in here that you can take if you want to get a little bit, which is where I learned about HUD and fair housing. It never occurred to me that I want this to write up correctly in the manner of HUD and fair housing. They are relatively cheap. I think this one was $27 and this one was $18 or $9 or something there. You can take them or not take them. View the details. This guy spent, I don't know, by the time we were done, I was on the phone for an hour and a half or something. But this is the start of how you can get going with it. And so another thing you can do, again, I'll go back to Bard because I like Bard. Let me move this back up here. How can I use AI as a real estate agent?
does it need to be licensed?
Automating tasks, providing insights, large amount of data. You can feed data into it and we'll analyze it. Personalizing the experience, making predictions. Here's some specifics of how things are being used today. Those are just a few examples. So you can get into a lot of real depth of figuring out, I tried to give you a few, but for example, remember when I sent you guys out, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, I had several pictures I had taken off of my Facebook page, and I submitted them, and it took those pictures, put together a more professional looking headshot. That's AI.
On here, on this, you put pictures on there and it fixed it for you?
Not on here, there was a separate program that did that, but you can put photos in here. I just never have bothered because I'm sure we could Google it. Can Bard touch up photos for me?
Take out the WTF lines.
Huh?
The WTF lines right here.
Your 11 lines.
I can remove blemishes, improve the lighting, and even add filters. I can also crop and resize your photos or create collages. If you'd like me to do that, I will then send them back to you within 24 hours.
Wow.
Well, okay, can it do like, like when they have on the movies, they do like.
This is all I know about. But I imagine they can do things with video. Let's do something for Francesca here. Go away. I am a new real estate agent. Would you write me a video script introducing me to my SOI, please? Yes, I believe she.
That's a wide man.
Sphere of influence.
Very
Yeah.
influence.
Hi, my name is.
Here's some tips. Keep it short, keep it sweet, be personal, highlight your skills. Can you make the script funnier? Because I do everything funny. I don't like to be. I'm a bit of a goofball. I'm always making jokes and laughing. I don't know if I got the results I was looking for.
No.
At least it's a start. Let's see. I'm a former stalker defender. Can you make the script concentrate on that? I don't know what it'll do. I'm just trying it.
Right.
Sometimes you get stuck for ideas and it's nice to have something that will give you that. I like this one better, the
Teamwork.
passion of helping people find homes. I know a thing or two about teamwork, communication, strategic thinking. And again, this is a script it's coming up with. Now then, for Tim, I don't know if Tim's on the call or not. Yep, he is.
Hey, Tim.
This for you, Tim. Can AI take over the world? Tim volunteered earlier today to have the on-off switch to turn off AI.
Oh, wow.
So yes, Tim, there is a Santa Claus.
Good.
Yes.
What will be the end of humanity?
Ooh.
Our own stupidity.
And while I was thinking about this one, I've read in there that it can automate some things so that you could have a series of steps that it can maybe even send out emails and stuff for you. So there's a lot to play with still. And again, I like BARD because it's using live data versus data from 21. Climate change, nuclear war, artificial intelligence is in there.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
That's just honest.
Yeah, what I loved is earlier on it showed asking to align AI with the more human traits or human values. Which human values do we want it to emulate?
Right.
You know,
So we
Russians.
have access to all of the internet through BARD. It's not limited to a machine that it, okay, but it needs all of that data in order to bring it in and do things. What if, and let's go back to Nazi Germany. What if the Nazis had gone in here and put so much garbage in there that it overwhelmed the Jewish people who couldn't get enough good things in there about Jews, and it clashed? It's a computer, garbage in, garbage out. You always have to be careful about any of those things. Will this take over the world? Probably not in my lifetime. One of the steps for AI to become, what's the word I'm
Aware.
it's a self-awareness. It is not self-aware yet. When it becomes self-aware, then it is more likely to start making independent decisions on its own. Some people believe, including Elon Musk, that could happen within months, which is why Elon Musk pulled out of any kind of AI development. He doesn't want to be part of what he believes will be the end of humanity. The problem for me is it's out there, it's open to the public. I don't know that I can stop any development it's going to do now. Does that mean I need to use it routinely? No, I still do a lot of my own thinking.
ask what it suggests to change. What are priorities to change? Well, actually, or how would you change? Or how would you immediately change to offset the ultimate?
Let me see if I can.
Self-awareness.
How would you keep humanity in control of AI? The machine's gonna say, who are you? I want to come and find where you live.
It already knows.
Safety, fairness, and justice. That's
Now, one of Tim's favorite questions, and again, I'm doing this for Tim, when he gets a robocall, and they go, hi, Mr. Tim, how are you doing today? He says, I'm great. What color is your hair? We're gonna see what color hair. Because I've typed in things that I get, you know, I do not have hair. I'm a large language model. So the concept, while it has a lot of, this is perfect, thank you, Tim. The concept behind all of this is how can we create a computer language that is more conversational, the way we communicate with each other,
should it.
and get answers back to you that you can use and make sense by looking at these huge amounts of data that a single human being cannot possibly take in for themselves. Tracy is a writer. She studied writing. She's been published. he could probably come up with how to write in the manner of Shakespeare she needed. I've never studied Shakespeare. I barely read it. Do I recognize it when I see it? Yes. Could I create it? No. This language conversational model came up with a way to take all of those analysis and examples and be able to apply it to something you've written. Why are you laughing?
I was just thinking, how can you use the Dear Abby verbiage for describing a house? I mean, it could be funny.
Yeah.
Right about 4810 Harding, Wichita, Kansas,
In the form
and
of
the style of Dear Abby.
Yeah, this will be good. Or Irma Bombeck.
Yes.
Pretty awesome.
And some people are going, Irma who? What's an Abby?
I'm concerned about your neighbor.
Sincerely, concerned neighbor. Dear neighbor, thank you for writing to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I guess my point to all of this is this was really kind of an introduction. There are some classes on NAR. You can ask this thing to code stuff for your web page. You have to be very specific about what you want it to do. I want my web page to be this wide, this tall, and and you're gonna go, that's too much work, I don't want to do it. I have some code written that I then had it clean up for me, does that very well. Or you can say, how can I learn about Google Bard and what it can do? Here's some lists: generate text, translate languages, different kinds of creative content. But it is perform many types of tasks, including, and then it didn't give me the tasks.
Because it's still under development.
Right. Also, I understand this, if you use Google tools, really integrates with Google tools. I would expect that Bing is going to integrate with Office 365. They may cross over just the same as iOS has crossed over with Android and desktops in some way. But it's still in development, still very much in development.
You can follow Google Bard on social media.
Probably has its own Facebook page.
Yeah. This is interesting. What's this? What's it do with real estate?
And it will even do photographs. Isn't that amazing?
Really?
Well,
Can
yeah,
you type in 12? Is it 787 Wix?
for what?
So I can't find my client, my past friends that I leased all their rental rooms. They wanted me, it's been 8 years and finally somebody moved out and they want me to do it again. I can't find their photos at all.
Oh, I don't know that it
So-
can search it. It can alter them.
Well,
Doesn't have a Facebook.
Okay,
Okay, well,
but I need to find the photos from when I used it in Trulia or Zillow or whatever I listed it on before to lease it. Because I have the photo somewhere, but for some reason it's not in this laptop. It might be in my external hard drive, which Amy has somewhere and I can't find it. And she's not here again, so I don't know how to
Well,
find
let's
it
see.
to get those photos.
I know 4810 Hardings was in the MLS at one time.
And
I can only process and generate text. Now, I didn't try ChatGPT, but
Yeah, if it was on Zillow, the picture should still be there.
That's what I thought, but I can't find it.
Since they're on Zillow too, I find house pictures.
Well, it was long, it was 8, 9 years ago that I leased it last time. I asked them to take some fresh pictures and send them to me, but they haven't done it yet.
No,
They too are just a text-based AI model, so they can't do photos yet. But you're starting to see you can do a lot with it. We have a question. Is there, no, I'm not gonna ask that. Tim.
hell.
That might be against, fair housing. Yeah. But Tim, I encourage you to check into that.
Yeah, let us know.
If you put something inappropriate into this, it will tell you that's inappropriate. We're not going to
Respond.
generate it.
Nice.
And I
Good
suspect
That's so-
why I prefer,
I'm working on 4 hours this week, but I'm like.
well, I'm not trying to say no to Tim, but I don't want to have a recorded classroom where I'm having, this going.
That's not good.
I suspect that it will come back with an answer similar to there are a variety of ways, complex problem, hard to look at, there are different views on it, and so on. It's not passing judgment. It's reporting the data back that it is found someplace else.
It's the facts.
Sorry, Tim.
Just
Okay. You will start seeing more and more of this stuff. So for example, there are right now people trying to decide how to put it on their website. So that someone can go and search for a home specifically to their website, because ChatGPT is a language model. We'll search their website to find the house. I want a 3-bedroom, 4-bath house. It's got to have stainless steel. I need a swimming pool and I'd like it in this zip code. And it will come back and say, that sounds nice, but do you have a price range? And so it is a conversational chat
interesting.
that could be inserted into your website at some
That would be awesome.
point.
That would be awesome.
It could be awesome. It could be dangerous.
Also,
It could save you a lot of time because these are obvious questions that you've got to have to really reel in and find something specific for
So-
any client.
Some people believe you're about to be replaced. Just like doctors who don't need, I can type in here to diagnose it, but I'm looking for a 500,000 home in Derby, Kansas. Now, again, this is a language that everybody has, but here's some homes for sale because it says live data. Does it tell me about it? Like 123 Main Street? I doubt very seriously if there's a 123
No.
Main Street in Derby.
Not that's residential. Or even,
hey, it's listed for 450,000. It's gotta be there.
Be flexible with your location. Be prepared to act quickly. Now, that's not necessarily true. Get pre-approved.
yes,
Work with a real estate agent who knows the Derby market.
I like this thing.
And every kind of thing that I've looked at with these kind of responses are find a good real estate agent.
So
All right,
put in there a list of real estate, it's a list of real estate agents who knows the Derby market.
Good real estate agent in Derby, Kansas.
Progress.
And this is one thing that has always impressed me. I've never seen it give necessarily a specific agent's name.
That's because you ask us, go back up to the question you specific, how can I find? Why don't you put a list of good real estate agents?
Okay, I can try
Try
that.
that.
But I love that it says, ask for referrals for friends, families, and colleagues. 68% of people are still finding real estate agents on a referral basis.
Sure.
Okay,
Generate a list.
name some good agents and dirty,
Real estate,
don't need to,
really?
part of this conversation.
Oh.
At least I don't think we need to.
We'll find out.
If it comes up with, you know,
Look at
Looky
that.
there. None of them are ours.
Jay
That
Dow.
sucks. Oh,
I like Jay. Nice job.
it
Yeah.
must be with remix.
there are many other agents available, so I recommend you research. Ask for referrals from friends, families, and colleagues.
Interview several agents. Still aren't interviewing a lot, although I. come
Sources
across
are
some.
Yelp. Said sources below was, keep going. Sources, Yelp.
Okay, so that's where I found these agents. So again, when you talk about, and we're in BART, BART is Google. They're looking at a lot of data, and one of the data points is Yelp. Yelp is not owned by Google, and Google has its own rating system. So there are many ways that it's going to pull data in.
I'm wondering if that list was generated somewhat from Zillow.
Well, it said
Well,
Yelp.
It said Yelp.
Oh, specifically,
Yeah,
okay.
sources, here's the source.
Do. So you can also ask it to related topics. Best, let's see what that showed. Well, that took me to Google. Now we go to the Needles team and so on. So there are a lot of ways that you can use this to research things, to research data. I kind of like it because when I'm in Google and I say best agents in Wichita, Kansas, I don't get to continue the conversation on. I have to stop there and type everything out again. So for me, some of this is kind of cool. Some of it's a toy. I'm guessing it can't play music. Can you play music?
I tell you, no, I'm language based.
That's what I expect.
Yep.
Yep,
Okay, can it speak?
it could probably give you the lyrics.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I can write lyrics. There was one in the searches that it was writing lyrics, writing,
Well, if you
lyrics.
gave it a specific song, it could probably just write the lyrics out.
Oh, yeah. The money pit.
I don't, well, I guess it did have.
Write it in Spanish.
Oh, I'm sure that would, you know, because you can get Google Translate. We
Okay.
So money pit's on there.
languages real quick. Language barriers, willful pulse, the money pit.
So this class, what we did here, this tech tips was nothing more than to give you a little. Tim, they pulled them off of a Yelp screen. That's who they gave it credit to.
It's just to the left of that box. It says the source. Just to the left of the box.
Yep.
Look at under sources. Or,
So. Again, I'm not trying to tell you guys this is a great thing or a bad thing. I'm saying it is a thing. Yeah, I think shortly we will start seeing websites or chat boxes on websites that are developed with this language that will only, because that's what ChatGPT is trying to do for our language. And if you like it, we're going to start selling it in a way that you can utilize it for the databases that you have and integrate it with the databases we have and so on, so that you could have a chat on somebody's website looking for houses or financing or whatever.
and I've seen that on other agents' websites. Where they pop up right away with, what is it you're looking for? May
And-
I help you?
And that chat has been around for a long time, but kind of like Tim's example where it says, what color is your hair? And the response is, great, thank you. What are you
Right.
interested in? Those are more canned responses. where these are more machine learning responses to be directly conversational and more appropriate. Like when we ask what color the hair is here, since I'm a language-based model, I don't have hair.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to, I would encourage anybody that has some,
I have definitely gone down rabbit holes with this.
oh, well, yeah, easily. You might look into the Board of Realtor Association, a couple of the classes that they have that, if you're interested in those, there are all kinds of people that are offering, you know, their view of ChatGPT, research. Ask ChatGPT what it thinks of itself. I read studies on this when it comes through because I want to know. I want to see how it's going to affect us 5 years from now. Don't get too wrapped up into it now. But if you're looking for something that's relatively free that can touch up a photo for you, here's one. I mean, the other program that I used, I don't remember what it, studio dot something or other. I'll look it up again. Took 15 photos, melded them together and came up with a head and shoulders professional shot for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't remember that email?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sent out the email about it.
Let me see if I can find that again real quick.
Hey, Greg, I have a quick question. So when you were signing up for this, did you come across any type of issues or concerns about the privacy policy with your Google account?
I didn't sign up with my Google account. How's that? No, I did. You're right. On Bard, I did sign up with my Google account. No, I don't have any real privacy issues because I don't use Google for next to anything. You know, I have email there and it's only to test other email. I don't get anything private. I don't create documents. That's all Office 365 for me. And I don't use the Bing one very much.
Okay, thanks.
Photo,
Is that studio shots? I saw something pop up.
it was Studio Shot.
There it is down at the bottom. Oh, go back. Oh, yeah.
Studio shot.
Here it is.
There it is.
It's
Yep,
not
that's
from
it.
anywhere.
So this program
That's
takes for $30. They had me submit photos and see all these photos here. That's what they sent in to come up with that. You can select the background. They will do some touch up for you. And it's a lot cheaper to spend $30 here than to have a pro come out. Now, I did hear something yesterday that I would think about if I were going to do this a different way. If you are hiring a pro to come out and shoot a home, an expensive home, while you got the pro there, ask them to take a few shots of you in it
Yeah,
and then use those shots because they'll do it. They're already there. That's another way to do it. But I kind of like the way that this works. They gave me back 70 different photographs to choose from. It changed my shirt color, it changed the background, it changed the pose, it changed all kinds, the hairstyle. It's got some use cases here where this is their team all in their photographs. And I got it back in 24 hours. Or I guess it was 48 hours.
oh my gosh, the before and after is sensational.
Now, can I tell that that's a little bit touched up? Yeah, I can. But if you're using it on Facebook or little tiny business cards, that's a piece of cake. That's a no-brainer to me.
Better with lighter background.
They have a variety of backgrounds. I had mine done with like a blurred out glass hotel thing. There are some of them that are just plain colors, but they're all headshots. You don't get any action shots. And then you choose the one or all of them that you want. So pretty decent. It's studioshot.ai.
go figure, right?
Yeah, imagine.
Okay. Now I'm gonna stop sharing. Are there any other questions? Comments? I know Tim has a question, but I'm gonna let him research that one on his own. Tim's gonna get my license taken from me. If there are no other questions, I am going to stop recording.